Well, I guess we're going to get lots of companions. Miranda's office. So many displays.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
No doubt you've got a lot of questions. Cerberus isn't as evil as most people believe. If I can help allay any of your concerns, I'd be happy to do so. So, what would you like to know?
Yeah, everyone on the ship kind of seems to think that. Then again, I guess we're getting a biased feedback here.
I know what we're doing here, but what's Cerberus's long-term goal?
The advancement of the human race. Nothing more, nothing less. The Salarians have the Special Tasks Group. The Asari have their legendary commandos for stealth and recon operations. Cerberus is humanity's answer to those organizations.
Yeah.
But those organizations are regulated by governments. Who keeps Cerberus in check?
Nobody. We're privately funded and our backers trust the elusive man to make the right decisions. But he's very clear about our goals. Protect humanity and serve its advancement.
Yeah. That's not vague at all.
Are you military or political? Or both?
Cerberus has several divisions. Political, military, scientific. But we're all working towards the same goal. The teams you encountered before your accident were mostly part of our military division. But not all Cerberus operations use the same protocols. We try not to get bogged down in bureaucracy or formality.
Curious. I mean, also to just have like one person deciding everything, making every call, that's really crazy.
What kind of resources does Cerberus have?
All
We're
of
very
them.
well funded, though I doubt anyone other than the elusive man knows exactly how well. But our resources aren't unlimited. Reviving you and rebuilding the Normandy was a significant investment, and a significant risk. We're all hoping you can do the impossible, Shepard. No pressure.
That's Denglisch at its best, Marachan. Miranda is schönreden as Cerberus. Yeah, she's really sugarcoating it. But I guess they all are to some degree. Be it to manipulate us, or just because they are convinced they're doing the right thing.
What can you tell me about the elusive man?
Not much that you don't already know. Even I don't have access to most of his background. And you've seen more of him than most ever do. It's rare for him to become directly involved in missions, but you're something special. Whatever else people might say about him, I can assure you he's got humanity's best interests at heart. That includes you and me.
Well, I guess I can't argue that they had my best interests at heart, because I mean, I am alive again. I think our face also looks a little bit different compared to Mass Effect 1, right? More prominent cheeks.
How can you be sure of that if you know so little about him?
I didn't get to where I am without knowing how to gauge people's motives and ambitions, even from brief encounters. He's no saint, and he'd be the first to admit it. But he is committed. Humanity couldn't have a better advocate.
Well,
Tell me about yourself, Miranda.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I've spent the last 2 years learning everything there is to know about you. Well, you should probably know that I've had extensive genetic modification. Not my decision, but I make the most of it. It's one of the reasons the elusive man handpicked me. I'm very good at just about anything I choose to do.
oh wow. Oh wow. Very humble. But she's way more open compared to our first encounter, right? Are the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer servers still up? Are we gonna multiplayer after the Mass Effect 3 story? There was a multiplayer in Mass Effect 3? Fancy. They're still up, Luna, I think. I mean, go look that up, then we can think about it.
You certainly don't lack for confidence.
It's just a fact. My reflexes, my strength, even my looks, they're all designed to give me an edge. No point in hiding from it. It's the reason I'm trusted to oversee the most dangerous, risky, and technically demanding operations Cerberus undertakes. And it's why I was assigned to you. It's my job to make sure you succeed, Shepard.
What level of genetic
Dedication.
modification are we talking about?
That's very thorough. Physically, I'm superior in many ways. I heal quickly, and I'll likely live half again as long as the average human. My biotic abilities are also very advanced. For a human. Add to that some of the best training and education money can buy, and, well, it's pretty impressive, really.
Crazy. I wonder who made that possible, if it was also Cerberus? Guess we're going to find out about her family, maybe, or her upbringing.
Sounds like you were designed to be perfect.
Maybe, but I'm not. I'm still human, Shepard. I make mistakes like everyone else. And when I do, the consequences are severe. Everyone expects a lot from someone with my abilities.
Reminds me a little bit of Dr. Begier from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Thanks for the information, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Of course, Commander. Whatever you need.
You have to install original Mass Effect 3 for that. Ah, so the Legendary Edition doesn't include the multiplayer? Sad. Alright. I think we're still missing the med bay, and then we're done on this floor. On this deck. I guess it's not a floor. It's her! She's back! Oh my gosh! Nice! My favorite NPC!
Commander Shepard,
Woohoo!
I watched the Normandy crumble with you on board. It's good to see you alive.
Ah, so nice to see her again. But yeah, good question. Why are you here? I mean, she was very dedicated to the Alliance, right?
I'm shocked. You're serving on a Cerberus vessel now?
Surprising, even to me. Yet, here I am. The kind of trauma you endured would have changed most people. But not you, I see. Welcome back, Shepard.
Okay, I have so many questions.
Doctor, you've been with the Alliance for years. Why leave now?
After the Normandy was lost, the surviving crew was reassigned. I was stationed at the Mars Naval Medical Center, a very respectable position, but it wasn't on a starship.
You always wanted to be on a starship. It's Dr. Chocolates. She now has a little more dialogue than the last game. Nice. It really seems like they added more depth to like about anything, right? From what you're telling me about the game so far. The beeping is in the game, right? Yes.
Colonial military life isn't for you?
I've spent most of my life on warships, never knowing what the next mission might bring.
I really like the SR2 patches.
Engines, the creaking of bulkheads, that subtle vertigo when the momentum dampeners kick in. Life planetside is just too static, too boring.
But still, wild to leave the Alliance and then join Cerberus.
You're not the Cerberus type, Doctor.
I don't work for Cerberus. I work for you.
Oh.
On a mission that may be crucial to the survival of the human race. I have faith that your dealings with Cerberus will be ethical. I trust you, Commander.
Aww.
There's a very good chance this mission will be a one-way trip. Are you prepared for that?
I've been through the reclaiming of Shanxi, the Skillian Blitz. We survived the Battle of the Citadel and the destruction of the Normandy together.
Gosh, she
I've
has seen a
lived
lot.
Full life. No regrets. I'd like to make sure the crew gets the same opportunity.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Do you have everything you need?
I believe so. This medical bay seems very much like the sick bay on the original Normandy. Only thing missing are my private reserves. I even had a bottle of Ceres Ice Brandy that I was saving for a special occasion.
Aww.
I'll keep an eye out for a replacement bottle.
Oh, you needn't. It's expensive, and we have much larger concerns ahead.
I love that in like the last, I don't know, 30 minutes, we've taken 2 quests, grocery shopping, and buying some alcohol. Cool.
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
Job for a Spectre. Oh, and behind here is the AI core.
Access to the AI core is restricted.
Alright, so let's explore the last deck. And I think then we can explore the galaxy. Probably going back to the Citadel. Engineering. You can get drunk with the doctor? Nice. Monitoring station. Information about our shuttles. Hey there, engineers.
You came all the way down here to see us?
You're speaking to our commanding officer.
Ah, is he excited about us?
I'm touring the ship, getting to know my crew.
I'm Engineer Ken Donnelly, handling the power control systems. This is Gabby.
That's Engineer Gabriella Daniels, actually. I'm responsible for the propulsion systems.
What can we do for you, Commander?
I guess we cannot just ask, like, everyone if they need something. All in a day's work for a Cerberus terrorist commander freedom fighter. That's very smooth.
Are you set up okay down here?
We can't complain. I just wish it didn't take so long to calibrate the FBA arrays.
Kenneth, you're complaining.
What kind of problems are you
I
having?
asked.
When they upgraded the Normandy design, they got a bit sloppy with the FBA couplings. I won't bore you with the tech, but there's an array of attenuators in the primary power transfer system that channels the field bleed.
Kenneth, you're boring the commander with tech. In short,
Ah,
T6
Daniels.
FBA couplings installed, it'd save us a lot of maintenance time each day.
The Scottish accent is terrible. The thing is, even I could tell it's a terrible Scottish accent, so it really has to be. Did you ever encounter like a good Scottish accent in a video game, Alistair? Because I think so far I've just seen you complaining.
Where did you receive your training?
Both Gabby and I started in the Alliance, serving on the SSV Perugia.
She flew in the first wave at the Battle of the Citadel. We saw Sovereign firsthand.
Oh boy.
Are you set up okay down here?
Outside of those T6 FBA couplings we mentioned, we're doing fine.
I bet you could
Alright.
find them in the Omega markets if you wanted to help us out.
Anything else?
Yes, Suvi in Mass Effect Andromeda. Ah. I guess I will see when the time comes.
How did you wind up with Cerberus, Ken?
Once you were gone, the Alliance brass descended like vultures, tearing apart everything you'd said. I was very public with my defense for you. I didn't hold back.
That's an
Ah, he's a
understatement.
fan.
If Kenneth wasn't such a talented engineer, they'd have court-martialed him for insubordination.
But it
Oh
got
boy.
me noticed by the elusive man. He made an offer, and here I am.
Or you could skip Andromeda. You're not a fan of Andromeda, John? I gotta say, I've heard many very different opinions about Andromeda. Most people either really like it and say it's an unpopular opinion, or most people really dislike it. There's some people in between, but not that many. But I guess you dislike it. Right?
So why did you join, Gabby?
Kenneth and I have been partners in crime since we graduated from Tech Academy. When he got the Cerberus offer, I insisted that it include me. He'd fall apart without me.
Thanks, Mum.
Also, I love engines, and the Normandy is state-of-the-art. When I got the opportunity to work on her, I had to jump.
They have a very interesting relationship. Kind of like siblings.
What do you think about Cerberus?
Actually, we don't know much about the organization other than the Normandy team. We know our mission and who's in charge.
We're off to kick the collectors right in their daddy bags. That's enough for me.
Oh well. I skipped Andromeda. Would you call it skip if you didn't, like, if it's the last game? I call it Andro trash, but I ask people play it and from their own opinion. I'm planning on doing that. And then I can still decide whether I like it or not. But yeah. If you want to, in a spoiler-free way, why do you dislike it? If it's possible to do that in a spoiler-free way.
Carry on.
Will do, Commander. I'm amazed.
Find
Shepard
FBA
didn't
couplings.
see us.
I told you he would.
Aww. Hey, Edie.
What's this area of the ship?
This is main engineering, which contains the ship's main fusion plant and Mass Effect core.
I gotta say, I think the Mass Effect core, was looking cooler in the Normandy, in the vanilla Normandy. But well, you can't really see much here, right? But it's way more impressive, I gotta say. Way bigger. Anyway. I hated the story. Best spoiler-free way I can explain it. Alright.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
I feel Andromeda was a true style of BioWare decline. I think it was the first time it was like all over the press that they messed up, right? Okay, with the cargo hold. Ah, there's the elevator. Alright. Well, back to the star map. Writing felt rushed and some stuff felt missing. So, to some degree, a little bit like parts of Vanguard, which I still really liked, but yeah. Ah, we have the map music back. Nice. Oh, and it looks very different. Ah, we have a percentage how much we have explored. We have the mass relays. Mass relay jump. Ah. Oh, interesting. We're also exploring like very different parts of the galaxy. I mean, in the first game, we mainly had this area here, right? And I mean also the Solar System and the Serpent Nebula with the Citadel. Ah, I like the music. And here we have the very mysterious Omega-4 relay. Can we interact with it? It's got good moments like the Asari, Salarian and Kroganark missions, but there's a lot of mediocre bits that the planet exploration is tedious and the car is awful and the companions are hit and miss. You're basically in the lawless part of the galaxy. You're basically in the lawless galaxy, right? Because I don't know anything about Mass Effect Andromeda, but I would assume that you are in the Andromeda galaxy. Of course, well, name. Can we interact with it? The Omega-4 relay is surrounded by hazard beacons and automated warnings. Over the last 1,000 years, many ships have attempted to pass through it, but none have returned. The only ones to pass freely back and forth through the relay are the mysterious collectors. And there are many theories why ships never return from Omega-4. Some say there's a black hole at the far end. Others, mostly the impoverished underclass of Omega, believe there's some form of earthly paradise. Most, however, simply think that the collectors capture or destroy those passing through the relay. And we can still enter it?
Until we have a solution in place, we cannot utilize the Omega-4 relay.
Well, makes sense. Okay, I would say let's explore a bit. Omega, recruit the and I would say we explore the system, and then we go to Omega and recruit some characters, right? I would say recruiting characters and companions is like first priority here. Alright. And just as before, I'm not going to read like all the planet descriptions, but like all the more interesting planet descriptions I am going to read, and since this was the first one, let's go. Urdak is a close-orbiting brown dwarf. Most red-brown dwarf binary systems have an average separation of 8 AU. The Cerebaric system is about 12 billion years old, and it has long since used up the deuterium used to fuel fusion, so Urdak is not luminous like some brown dwarfs are. Urdak is a Class L brown dwarf with a relatively low temperature of 1300 degrees Celsius. Low temperature. But its heat and gravity have made it unpopular for development. There are rumors that the heads of several of Omega's crime syndicates maintain private residences on various moons. Whatever the truth of the matter, battles between the syndicate vessels are often observed around the ring plane. News outlets on Omega maintain satellites at Urdak's Lagrange points for real-time coverage of the battles, which garner high viewer ratings. And I guess it's for free. Let's scan. Okay.
Probe away. In research projects, iridium is used to upgrade heavy weapons, submachine guns, and assault rifles.
Nice. Alright. I guess we probe like that. We don't just survey like in the first game. We are in the Terminus system. Here in Mass Effect 2 is a lawless area. Yeah, seems like it from the description. Yeah, Spectre says I'm in the Terminus system, are the lawless part of the galaxy. We've also heard that in the first game a lot, right? You can scan planets if you want for resources you don't need to land. Ah, that's the mod you're using. Ah, the one I was recommended. Yeah, it doesn't change where I'm scanning, right? So I guess the mod kind of removes the scanning? Now that I see it, that kind of seems sad. Maybe I'm going to remove that.
Probe launched. In research projects, platinum is used to upgrade sniper rifles, shotguns, and medical equipment.
You know what? Might be that I'm going to remove that mod. Alright. Are we allowed to offer suggestions about a funny thing? What funny thing? As long as you don't go for like backseating and be like, you have to do that or do that has this and that outcome, because that's also spoilering. You can make suggestions, feel free. I will tell you if it's too much. Bindor. Yeah, it kind of feels lame to remove the probing.
Launching probe.
Oh well. But it also feels like we already have like so many resources. Just cause we, well, technically already played the game. Cause I'm using the account of someone else. Oh well. I would go to Omega first. I mean, we are done with exploration, so off to Omega. Ooh, it looks very fancy. There's nothing about gameplay, but a local cluster planet you can probe. Do you want me to probe Uranus? Is that what you're about to suggest? Omega. Built in the mined out husk of a metallic asteroid. Ah, that's the hat. It kind of looks like a nail or something, right? Omega has been heaven for criminals, terrorists, and malcontents for thousands of years. At times, the station has lain idle and abandoned for centuries, only to be reactivated by a new group of outlaws seeking a fresh start. The space station's original, elegant design has given way to a haphazard expansion by scrabbling factions of every species. There's no central government or unifying authority on Omega, and nobody can recall a time there ever was one. Population 7.8 million. I think we are all having the same guess here. But I would say for the time being, let's have a look at Omega and then we can go to the local system. It looks very fancy. It kind of looks like a carousel with those rods up here, right? Neat. Well, I guess, who of our companions are we taking? I guess those two. We can level up. I gotta say the technical club was actually nice. Oh, and if you level it up, you also get like damage bonus. Boon or bonus? Bonus. Let's go for that. And ooh, if we level up operative, we also get a boost to Paragon and Renegade points. Let's go for that. Nice. We will do that later, definitely. And now we can also give you weapons. 2 options. Let's go for the arc projector. Sounded like that was a cool weapon. Alright.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate, now.
Oh, of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
Alright, John. It was very nice seeing you.
Scavengers, welcome
All the
to
best for work,
Omega,
and
Shepard.
hopefully till next time.
Know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Arya wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Who is Arya?
Got the attitude. I'm not here to cause problems for Omega.
Things explode around you, Shepard. You can't blame Arya for keeping an eye on you. Afterlife now.
What a charming welcome.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Morton Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also accessed messages between mercenary mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlife that may have information on him.
Interesting. Oh, show map. We can finally see a map. Oh, Zaeed. You're one of our possible recruits.
Please. You have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
You Zaeed Masani?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. Hey, we have a galaxy to save.
Oh, you have an intimidating look on you. And hey, Nameless, thanks for the luck. Hope you're doing well, and yeah, thanks.
I assume you've been briefed?
I've done my homework. Cerberus sent me everything I needed to know.
He looks very tested by battles. He's a mercenary and bounty hunter. Yeah, the elusive man told us. Was one of the 2 recommendations.
My contacts told me we're picking up 1 man, not 2.
Batarian delinquent. Pissed off someone rich enough to hire me to go after him. And for my bring him in alive rates even.
Please. I didn't do it.
I said shut it. Tried to lead me on a chase all over the systems.
Oh boy.
He should have known better. These people always run to Omega.
Welcome aboard.
What's gonna happen to him?
I'm gonna turn him in for the bounty. Don't much care what happens after that.
Kinda feel bad for him, even though he probably deserves it.
What's your relationship with Cerberus?
Easy. Cerberus is paying me a lot of money to help you on your mission. That's the long and short.
Not many mercs would take a suicide mission for the pay.
Most mercs don't get an offer like the one Cerberus sent me. This mission doesn't sound like good business, but your elusive man can move a lot of credits.
It's crazy how much money they have. Well,
Good to have you, Zaeed. We have a lot to do.
That's what they tell me. I assume the elusive man told you about our arrangement.
oh well. Hey, Bayek. I hope that was pronounced correctly. Otherwise, I'm just going to call you Vicarian. Maybe that's easier. How are you doing? Project 2025 hype, 3 days. I gotta say, what is Project 2025?
What kind of arrangement?
Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns. Runs the whole organization.
Sounds like a gang.
Seems he recently captured an Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zoya and is using their workers for slave labor. The company wants it dealt with.
I guess he joins and we immediately get a mission. Nice.
I'll make sure we get that done.
Good. Get it out of the way so we can concentrate on being big goddamn heroes. I better turn this thing in before it starts to stink. I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
Well, let's see how well Zaeed and I are going to vibe. Zaeed was controversial as he was the Day 1 DLC companion. Sounds like typical EA stuff, right? I mean, wasn't Mass Effect 2 like the first game or the second game after EA acquired BioWare? Yeah, EA's corrupting influence.
An extra